Hello and welcome back to my small little library. Today we're gonna talk about my summer TBR, so from July to September, which, you know, in Germany is usually the warmest month of the year, though we did have a record warm June, so who knows what the weather will be doing. But yeah, I'm gonna title this my summer TBR because that is what it feels like. We have a good mixture of things. Some I've taken over from last month because I didn't read them last month, and some I have added to come up to 12 books that I really want to read, and then obviously I'm gonna read a bunch of romance on top of that I never plan out. So let's start with the ones that you have probably seen in last quarter's TBR. So the ones I didn't read last quarter were Cry as War. To be honest, I'm just really afraid that I won't like Cry as War, which is why I haven't picked it up yet, but I really need to get over that fear. It has been on my TBR for so many years now. I just need to get over it, but yeah, there's the slight chance, or like I think technically there's a good chance that I won't like it. It's by Nina Barella, and it has something to do with politics, which just is my favorite topic. And also a relationship with some betrayal in there, I think, as far as I could tell. So yeah, we shall see how that will pan out. Then we have another one I actually have on my TBR now, not so long, but I'm still like afraid of reading it, which is The Staircase in the Woods, which is politically like really current, and oh my god, that whole thing is a mess. And I don't know, I didn't want to get it into books, but now that I read more contemporary romance, where there's obviously also a lot of like current politics in there, I feel like I might be better prepared to read this. But yeah, this is a horror story with a group of guys who, when they were, I think, teens, went into the woods. One of them went up the staircase in the woods and vanished, and now they are all adults, at least the ones that are still, you know, here. And they are doing a trip again together and going back into the woods to maybe finally find out what happened to their friend. Then I desperately need to continue with the fantasy series The Faithful and the Fallen. So this is book 2. I think the only reason I struggle with these is because they are so big, and at the moment I have a little bit of trouble concentrating for books that are so long. But yeah, this is John Gwynne Veller, the second one. I like the first one, so I should like the second one as well, but I'm still struggling. The fourth book I am like pulling over from the last quarter is The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy, which is a romantasy, I'm pretty sure, which is why I haven't gotten around to it yet, though obviously I am now a lot more into romance, so maybe I will actually like this book now. It is by Megan Bannon, and it is one of the first books that I ever received in a book box, because I think this one might actually be a fairy loot book. Yes, this is a fairy loot book from 2022, so this is one of the first books I ever received in a box. I liked nearly none of the books that were in the fairy loot box, which is why I stopped getting it, and that one is one of the ones that is still over that I still haven't read. And then I need to finally tackle Yumi and the Nightmare Painter. This is sadly the only Brandon Sanderson book of the Kickstarter, I think, 2 years ago now, that I just couldn't get into. I did try reading it, I don't know, it didn't click for me, so we are giving it another try, because obviously it's the last of the 4. I really want to read it. This is by obviously Brandon Sanderson, and it is illustrated by Alia Chen, which it is a wonderful and really beautiful book. It's just that it just didn't catch my interest all that much, and it is, I think, also about a relationship, which obviously I am not the biggest fan of in mixed genre books. So yeah, but I mean, it is so pretty, and I really liked all of the other ones. It's just this one just didn't speak to me. Now, let's get to the books that weren't on the last TBR. The first one is Simon Beckett, The Calling of the Grave. I am really in the mood for a new thriller, and I used to love Simon Beckett. I haven't read anything from them in a really long time, and I picked this up at a it's like a secondhand store from like the government itself, like the guys that clean up the city. They are owning the thrift store, and you can get a lot of like pretty much everything there, but a lot of it is furniture. But they also have a couple of books, and so I picked this up for €1, I think, or €1.50. So this was really, really cheap, and I'm really looking forward to diving into it. I do love me a good cheap thriller, to be honest. Then we are tackling 2 books from my childhood and teens. This one, I don't know if it will tell you anything, but this is a manga called Elfenlied. I don't know what it's called in English. I need to look that up and put it on screen for you. But yeah, this is about Lucy, which is a pretty sexualized woman, I'm not actually sure. She is a mutant, and she has these invisible arms, and she kills people. And she's naked most of the manga, which it's so funny because this one was actually an 18+ book when I bought it. I don't think I was 18, but I did get my hands on it back then. But yeah, it is also an anime, but I don't think I ever watched it. I just read the manga. And yeah, this is like, I vividly remember this, but I thought, you know what, let's tackle it again. I will probably keep it. Obviously, my childhood books, it's whether to get rid of them or keep them. But yeah, I used to read a lot of manga, so I want to get back into that. And I think that is one of the few that I have even left over, because I sold a lot of them when I needed money when I was studying. And it was annoying, but it happened. Then we have the second German book that I will be reading, and this is Magierschwur, which I'm gonna put the translation here, what it is called in English, by Dennis McKiernan. And I have no idea what it is about. I just know that this was a really long series with like different like elves and mages and dwarves and stuff. And I bought a couple of them. I have 2. I don't know if I've bought more. I think I bought more, but I only own 2 now. And these are it's just fantasy series I know nothing about anymore. I can't even tell you if I ever read them. I own them, obviously, but I can't tell you if I ever read them back then. But yeah, we're gonna go with this one. It's a small fantasy, which I'm pretty happy about. And yeah, we'll see what this is about. I can't tell you for the life of me. I do not remember. Then we definitely need to tackle more of the old books that I have. This is also a fairy loot. This is also really, really, really old. Well, not that old, but like it has been on my TBR for so long now. It is, does it tell me? Oh, 2021. So this is even older than the Undertaking of Mercy Heart. So yeah, this is Jade Fire Gold by June CL10. I'm pretty sure that I read the blurb back then and it didn't speak to me at all. So we will give it a try. I haven't even tried it. Don't know what it's about. But you know, reading Her Destiny, His Revenge tells me that it's probably romantasy in some point, and probably enemies to lovers, which I also don't enjoy. So yeah, it's a lot of things I don't enjoy, but I am ready to give it a try. Then we have the newest book I picked up, which I'm super excited to read, which is Interview with the Vampire, because I have never read the book or watched the movie. So yeah, I think it's time. It's definitely time. So I picked this up a couple of days ago. It was really cheap, just €7 in the bookstore. And I love the format. These like small, really tinily printed paperbacks. So yeah. I don't know. I hope I will enjoy it because I own more books by Anne Rice, but I don't know. I do love me a good vampire story, and I do know that it's a classic, but beyond that, I know nothing about the story, so we'll see how it goes. And then we have Kingfisher, because I do really like Kingfisher's books, so I bought a couple of months ago, I think I bought this one, which is The Twisted Ones, which I think is a horror book. It is about Mouse and cleaning out her grandmother's house, who was a hoarder, and it is set in the woods, and then there are creepy things abound in the woods that her grandfather actually wrote about. And so yeah, a really nice like cabin in the wood thriller, I think, or a horror book, which, you know, I do enjoy me a good horror set in the woods. That is something I can get around to, you know. And then we have another Brandon Sanderson that I haven't picked up yet, but I had to buy it. This is a short story collection, or a story collection. I don't know if they are that short. Yeah, no, they are short stories. The book is called Tailored Realities, and I think most of these are set in the world of the Stormlight Archive and the Mistborn saga. So I'm super excited to get a couple of short stories. Because otherwise his books are always so big and I struggle with big books at the moment. So I'm super excited to just dive into shorter stories, because at the moment I'm really on like a short story roll. I do enjoy that so much at the moment. So yeah, also this copy is like so pretty. I didn't even know that this had come out. I found it in the bookstore and yeah, I couldn't leave without it, you know. So it's finally time to get around to this, because I did pick it up a couple of months ago. So yeah, those are all of the books on my TBR for the next quarter. Hopefully I can get through all of them this time around. I will do my best to actually do that. And yeah, hopefully there is a lot of interesting things for you here. If you've read any of these books, please leave your opinion of them down below. Spoiler free, please. Be nice. I do hate spoilers. And yeah, if you want to leave down below what you plan on reading, or if you have any plans. I mean, a lot of people also just read like without a set plan, but if I don't plan out some of these books, I will never read them. And I am forcing myself to read my physical TBR to stop myself from buying new books, which is working so far. So I think it's the way to go. But yeah, thank you so much for watching and being here. If you are not subscribed yet, it would be really nice if you would subscribe and get more of these videos. And yeah, other than that, thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. Bye!